So I want this video to be very personal to you, so I'm going to make some assumptions. So you're probably someone who's already relatively productive. You can't relate to your friends because they have different habits and different interests than you. You don't want to play video games, you don't want to watch a Netflix series like them. You would rather read a book, you would rather work out in the gym. And you started your self-improvement journey after watching maybe Hamza's video, and you were really motivated and you were really fired up to change your life, and you started your self-improvement journey, but you weren't consistently able to be the person that you were trying to become. I can help you there. Okay, so I've divided this video into a couple of segments, and I'm right now going to walk you through each of them so you know what you're walking into. So the first, we're going to cover an introduction to self-improvement. Here I'm going to talk about my introduction, my initial discovery of self-improvement, how I stumbled upon the idea, what it meant to me, some story that is going to help you immensely, I promise. Next, I'm going to cover why self-improvement. Why should you even consider walking into self-improvement? Is it worth it? How do you start, etc. Which leads us to the next point. Where should you start? There's a lot of information online, and not everything is essential, not everything is important, not everything is even ideal. So I'm just going to tell you straight on what I did and what I think you should do. Lastly, I'm going to cover how do you know you're on the right path? How do you know you're doing the right thing? This, in my opinion, is the most important part, because if you don't know if you're doing the right thing and you keep doing the wrong thing, unlearning that is going to take a lot of time and a lot of mental effort, which is avoidable. So my self-improvement journey started when I was 13 years old, back when I was in 5th grade. And I had this crush on a girl who was way out of my league. She was pretty, she was liked by teachers, she scored good marks, she was popular, all around, just 10 on 10. Actually, now that I think about it, she was not that pretty, but back then I thought she was like a proper 10 out of 10. But here I was, fat and ugly and boring as fuck. I did not have any friends, I did not have any hobbies, I did not have any interests, I did not have one single thing that was interesting about me. I was not even a nerd, I was bad in studies also, I was invisible basically. That's when I decided that things needed to change. I decided I'm going to work on 4 things and I'm going to list them out for you, and this is how I started. Not saying it's the best thing or not, I'm going to talk about if it is or if it is not. So here are the 4 things that I did. Firstly, I started to associate with a different circle of friends. I started to disassociate myself with these toxic friends that were only there to make fun of me and just bring me down basically. And I started to associate myself with the more popular and studious kids. This is like a subcategory of the popular kids. These people were liked by their teachers, they were good in studies, and they were also popular and funny. So I started to slowly associate with them, because my eventual goal was to become one of them. So association meaning I was becoming friends with their friends with their friends. So a bit mindfuck, but that's how you start getting closer to the circle. My end goal was to become more like them. My father told me that in order to become like someone, you have to associate with them. You're basically the average of the 5 people that you stay around. So I wanted to make that average as good as possible. That's the first thing I did, associated with better people. Number 2, I started working out. And this is, in my opinion, the best thing that I did for myself. I started doing pull-ups and push-ups because that's all I could do. I couldn't go to the gym, I was not old enough. But I was only doing push-ups and pull-ups, so I was not making a lot of progress. I was not building a lot of muscle. I was not building any muscle now that I think about it. But that did boost my confidence very much, and that did give me something to work on. So it gave me a thing. I was now the kid that works out. So I was also getting a little bit of popularity, and it was also a status symbol that Akshath can do XYZ number of push-ups. So that was also a very cool thing. Third thing that I did was to start studying the funny kids. there's always some class joker, and I didn't want to be exactly them, but I wanted to learn from them how is it that they get the entire class to laugh, how is it that they get teachers that are much older than them to laugh. So I wanted to study them, so I started associating with them as well, and I picked up little things that I can't really explain right now, but these were things that I learned from them, and that really helped build my character, and it really enhanced the personality that I was growing as a person. And it was very important that I had this filter in my brain, that I would only take in things that were positive and that were actually going to make me funnier, and I filtered out everything that made them annoying. So I was like a better and a funnier version of them without the annoying part. So that was pretty cool. The last thing I did was to start studying more, because I was like an idiot kid. I was not studying, I was not popular, I was not nothing. And I wanted to improve overall, so I also started studying. But that's not important and that's not cool, so you don't want to listen to that. Anyways, eventually I did become a better version of myself. I was funnier, I was a little better looking, I had a little bit of muscle, and I was kind of popular. So I improved on 4 things, and you know what happened? I got rejected. You know why that happened? It's because I did everything for the wrong reasons. Which takes us to the next point. Why do you want to get into self-improvement? Okay, so your reason to start self-improvement is also very important. You need to know why is it that you're trying to get into self-improvement. Why do you want to become a better version of yourself? Because that determines whether or not you achieve your goals. Okay, whether or not you make progress. Because even after the initial boost of motivation, the initial urge that just moves you, that just makes you do stuff, after that is gone, your why, your reason to start is what keeps you motivated, is what keeps you going. Because you believe in yourself, you believe in your reasons to start. Okay, so close your eyes for a second and imagine the kind of person that you're trying to become. Imagine you're already there. So in your head, you probably are a man, a very strong, good-looking man, and with big biceps and a very nice body. And you're probably coming out of a very luxurious car with a very gorgeous woman next to you. Open your eyes, bro. The problem with that thought is, everybody has it, and the problem with that thought is you're not thinking about the work that you have to put in there. You're not thinking about the sleepless nights and the sacrifices, because those are also real. Okay, everything that you want comes at a cost. So this is an actionable step. If you don't do this, you can just click off this video, because it's not going to help you in any way. Okay, so take action if you want to change something in your life right now. So write down on a piece of paper, on a laptop or a phone, whatever you want. Write down 5 to 10 reasons why you want to get into self-improvement, why you want to become a better version of yourself. So for me, there are 5 reasons. One is I want to make myself proud. I want to become a respectable man in my own eyes. Number 2 is I want a gorgeous looking, top tier, high value woman by my side, as my girlfriend or as my wife. And those women are not going to choose a loser. Number 3 is I want to make my parents and my family proud. Number 4 is I want to become a good idol, a good example for my future children. And number 5 is I want to make lots and lots of money so I can become a high value man in the society. Those are my 5 reasons. Yours can be different, and nothing is wrong, and nothing is something that you should be ashamed of. Yes, I do want women. Yes, I do want a lot of money. I also want to be proud of myself. Everything is okay as long as you're accepting that, and as long as you're aware of that. Okay? Just after you have written this down, and I hope you have, pause this video. If you're not doing it, pause this video and complete this actionable step right now. Okay, I'm believing that you have done that at this point. If you haven't, just click off. I'm sorry, I can't help you. Nobody can. So for this video, for right now, just imagine whenever you have these like after motivation periods of your life and you have to remember sort of your why, just keep reminding yourself that there are two versions of you in the multiverse. Okay, just imagine this is very interesting. Imagine there are two versions of yourself. One who has all of the things that you listed down, everything, he has it already. He worked hard for it, he has achieved it, everything, he has it already. And there's another person who is you, who is the future you, who apparently could have done all these things but took no action at all, and now there is like no way he can have any of those things. You can become either of those two people, and that is for you and you only to decide. Okay, just keep this in mind, that if you do the right things incorrectly, you will keep ending back to the path that leads to you becoming a loser eventually. So it's better to start correctly in the first place, which leads us to the second point. Where do you fucking start? At this point, you're probably all hyped up and you're getting all these ideas and pictures of yourself with being all jacked and being all rich and shit with like those dangly watches and shit. Stop. Instead of starting wrong and then unlearning all of that and then relearning what you should have learned in the first place, just learn the right thing in the first place, right? So here are two additional actionable steps that you should take if you're come this far in this video. First one is you're obviously not satisfied with your physique if you're watching this video, and you're also not satisfied with how you look physically. So maybe your hair, maybe your skin, etc. I want you to work on these aspects first. Because when you feel good, when you feel confident in your own skin, you're going to radiate that energy. And you're going to put that effort and put that energy into other aspects of your life as well. Okay? So watch my videos I have posted a looks maxing series where I talk about the last 3 videos where I talk about skincare, hair care, and how to build an aesthetic physique. If you are interested in that, check it out and take action. Okay? Number 2 is start reading. Start reading something. There are lots of books. If you want to improve your social skills, start reading books on social skills like How to Win Friends and Influence People. If you want to read success-related books, you can read Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Whatever you want to learn, there is a very good and a very smart author who is willing to teach you that. So pick up a book and start reading every single day. You can even start with fiction if self-help books sound a little heavy and a little boring to you, but your eventual goal should be to eventually wean off of fiction books and start reading actual grown-up self-help books. Okay, for this time being, I just want you to build the habit of doing these 2 things every single day. Build a skincare routine, build a hair care routine, and start working out every single day. In addition to that, start reading every single day. You can start small. You don't have to be very aggressive with that. Don't go all out on the first week or the first month. You're going to be very motivated in the first 2-3 days or first week, but then the motivation sort of goes down, which is where this next point comes in, which is how do you know you're on the right path? How do you know that you haven't, fallen off the wagon? How do you know that you're on the right path, that you're actually going to achieve or you're making progress towards what you want to become? This is where your why comes into place. The reason why you started is going to remind you that you're on the right path because you're not forgetting the direction. Okay, so I want you to do this as an actionable step. I know there's a lot of actionable steps, but action actually creates the reaction that you want. So for this video, I want you to write down on a piece of paper, you probably already have it, reason why you want to get better, reason why you want to become a better version of yourself. And I want you to stick it to the wall of maybe your study table or maybe your bathroom mirror, wherever. You can see it every single day and you can be reminded why you started in the first place. I promise you, this is the most natural way to step into the world of self-improvement. Eventually, you're going to add on new things. You'll start meditating, you'll start doing cardio, you'll start going to the gym, you'll start building a better physique, you'll start adding skills to your arsenal, you start doing a lot of things. But this is how you start. You start small and you start slow. Okay, and you make gradual but linear progress. I post self-improvement stuff regularly every Monday and Thursday, and I hope you liked this video. And if you did, subscribe to this channel so my videos show on your home screen more often. And welcome to the 1% Club, brother. If you have been watching until this point, you're a fucking Chad. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.